everyone, thank you for joining me today. My name's Rebecca and this is RebeccATTACK Gaming. So today I am tackling the nightmarish shell challenge that was Lilsimsie's donut shell challenge. So for those of you who don't know, a shell challenge is when somebody puts just the outer walls or maybe some inner walls of a house and you can't touch the walls. You can add more walls on the interior and you can add porches and things like that, but you can't touch the walls. And you basically have to make it into a functional house for a sim. So this donut shell challenge was very difficult. You had that random room up at the top and I kind of hated it, but I ended up putting a palm tree. And that's because I've always wanted to do a build where I have this palm tree in the middle of a house, just in the middle, and you can go in and sit down and it's just full of different foliage and that sort of thing. So this was kind of a perfect opportunity to give that a whirl. So that's what I was doing here. Now, for those of you who don't know, I do use cheats when I build. I use the move objects cheat the most. That allows me to move objects without them snapping to the grid, so I can move things very close to each other and just put things exactly where I want them to go. So if you do decide that you like this bizarre house I made, you can download it from the gallery, but make sure you have move objects turned on. That is essential. Otherwise, it will be wonky and weird. Now, I mean, the house is already wonky and weird, but that's a whole different wonky and weird if you don't turn move objects on. So, funny thing, this is actually the second time I am recording the voiceover for this. I did the entire voiceover, and for whatever reason, my program decided to use my laptop microphone rather than my snowball, and I didn't realize. And so when I was playing back the audio, I was like, oh my gosh, why does it sound so terrible? And I realized that it wasn't using the snowball. I was concerned for a second that something was wrong with my snowball and I would have had to buy a new one. But thankfully, that was not the case. So with this donut shell challenge, the exterior walls, they were fine. There was the upper room upstairs that I took the floor out, so I just made it into one giant palm tree room. But then down on the main floor was this tiny little evil room that for the life of me, I could not figure out what I wanted to do with it at the beginning. And then I ended up making a decision and I liked it. But at the beginning, I was like, what am I going to do with this tiny room that's in the middle of nowhere? Like, I don't know. So you'll see what I do with it. And I think it ends up being pretty cool. But this tiny evil room, I start out making it a bathroom and then I end up changing my mind. I don't know, whenever I do a shell challenge, I'm always so stressed and I end up making a modern house because that always tends to be easier with shell challenges because you don't have to worry about the different roof patterns. Okay, so this little room, I decided to put doors all around it, and I figure I'm going to put something in there. I start out with the table and the chair, and then I decide that is stupid. That was not something that I decided to keep. So I do end up making it into something way cooler. A shrine to Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is the coolest ever. I mean, I'm just gonna say that. I am a huge Star Wars fan. I always have been, ever since I was little. I would watch Star Wars on VHS with my dad. It was one of those things that we did together, and I absolutely love Star Wars. Unfortunately, I'm not a huge fan of the newer movies. Don't get me wrong, I really like Rogue One. Rogue One is good. I cried when I saw Rogue One in the theater. Mostly just the end. If you haven't seen Rogue One and you're a big Star Wars fan, I would suggest watching it because it's one of the better new movies that has come out. But I wasn't a huge fan of... I liked Force Awakens, but I did not like The Rise of Skywalker. I didn't like it at all. It was not good. I was disappointed. If you really liked it, I am so glad that you liked it. But I thought it was trash. But to each their own. But I really like The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is so good. And I know you're going to say, oh, well, you only like it because of Baby Yoda. And that's not true. Yes, Baby Yoda is rad and plays a huge part in why I love The Mandalorian. But, I like the writing and I love the music. And the acting is good. I like the storyline. And yeah, Baby Yoda is super cute. So very, very cute. And, oh my gosh, the memes that came out of Baby Yoda in The Mandalorian. Those memes are gold. So I'm here for it. So because this was a shell challenge and the house was already ending up being pretty bizarre, I decided to get funky with the terrain and try some stuff out. And I did randomize a sim so that she could test everything and make sure that she could actually get up into the house on the bizarre terrain that I built. I'm not one that uses terrain tools a whole lot, so this was fun and different. But I'm not a huge fan of when you make the terrain too tall, you can't color it. You can't make it grassy. I don't like that. I want it to be grassy. But no, it's just brown and ugly. But she can get up there onto the little area that the house is on. So yeah. Yeah, might as well do something funky since the entire house is bizarre and funky. This house was giving me like some Florida vibes. I have gone to Florida many times on vacation, like mostly with family. I said mostly, but only ever with family. Sounded like I went with friends. No, who has friends? I'm just kidding. But this house with the colors that I chose, the coral, and I get yellow in there, some teal. It was giving me major Florida vibes. And all that did was make me miss Florida so much. But, because of COVID, the border is closed. I can't go anywhere. And I completely understand. It is good. It's a good thing. Gotta keep everybody safe and stop the spread of COVID. But it does make me sad. I want to go to Florida. And it's not even for the heat, because it's hot here in Canada. It's really hot. We are going through a heat wave right now. For part of last week and all of this week, it's going to be in the 90s. And that's supposed to be, they think it's going to break records for how many times it's over 90 degrees in a row. So it's not about the heat. I don't actually like heat. I actually have a rule. So this is my rule. It's only allowed to be very hot if there are palm trees and a body of water. That is my rule. I am fine with it being very hot when I'm in Florida, because you're in Florida. Look at those palm trees. You get to look at dolphins and manatees and alligators. Oh, alligators are my favorite. You get to hang out with little lizards that are just everywhere. But here, it's just hot. No, I love Canada, but it is really hot right now, and I just want, because it's so hot, and I'm doing this build with all these palm trees and all these beautiful colors, I just want to go to Florida. So I haven't traveled a lot. I haven't traveled many places. I've mostly gone to a couple different places in the United States and Canada. And I've only been out of North America once, when I went to Costa Rica for a work trip. But I guess I would say my favorite place to vacation is definitely Florida. But I really want to know where your favorite place to vacation is. So drop in the comments your favorite place to go. It doesn't have to be tropical. It can be skiing. It can be, oh, I like going to Tobermory, even though it's close to my house. You know, I want to know. Tell me what your favorite vacation is, what you like to do. I am interested. So I really like shelving when I do my builds, and there's a lot of things that don't automatically go on shelving when you're building in The Sims. So if you notice, one of the things I do is I will raise up objects, and you do that by holding Control 9, and that will raise objects up so that you can place them on shelves that they don't necessarily automatically snap to. And if you want to lower something, you do Control 0. And I like to size objects up and down a lot, so you'll do that with the bracket keys on the keyboard. Now, I'm not very helpful for console. I've never played on console before, but I'm sure there are also ways to do things like that. I just don't know. I ended up really liking the kitchen with the coral walls and the yellow cabinetry. I thought it was just really bright and just someplace that would be by the beach. I could picture this house by the beach because it's very bright and it's a little weird. I don't know if there's really weird houses by the beach, but I keep thinking that, you know, rich people build weird houses. I think. I wouldn't know. But maybe these people, the Sims who live here, they can build such a big mansion that is weird with no resale value because they have all their money from praying to Baby Yoda. That's my theory. That is my theory. But you know what? I would live in this house, even though it's weird and has bizarre curb appeal. I would live in this house. It's so bright and airy, and the only weird kind of creepy room is the Baby Yoda shrine. Everything else is bright and airy. It's like the Baby Yoda shrine doesn't go. I don't know. I still like the room though. So I don't have any packs that have vines in it, so I always have to use debug items and try to mimic vines. And I guess that's okay. Makes things interesting. But I do use a lot of debug items in my builds, mostly for clutter and for shrubbery. And I love all these open windows because you want to be able to look out and see the water. That's what I picture with this house. That's why there's all those big windows. Yeah. Now on the upper level, I wanted it to be a nice sitting area, and maybe with a garden where you could, because you know so much of the terrain is up and the house is giant, and I just feel like there wouldn't be a lot of room to garden. So you put little gardening pots up there and they can garden up on the top. Yeah, that's my thought. Yeah, this build ended up being 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. So there is a bathroom on the main level, there's a bathroom on the upper level, and then the master bath, which is on the upper level as well. And all 3 bedrooms are on the upper level. And you can access the roof from just the hallway, so you don't have to go through any weird rooms to access the roof or anything. Which is good. I liked it. I did kind of change the floor plan quite a bit, mostly because it was a weird build. I didn't know what to do with it. But in the end, I really liked how things turned out a lot. So the upstairs has, again, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a little bonus room where you can drink and watch TV. Yeah, I just thought it'd be a nice little bonus room. And then downstairs has a living room, a dining room, kitchen, bathroom, and shrine to Baby Yoda. So, interesting build. I ended up changing my mind about the outside, getting rid of the white, and making it pink and just bright and colorful. And again, lots of windows. You gotta make sure that you can see outside. Rich people have windows. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Make all these assumptions about rich people. I'm really sorry. I liked this upper roof area. I thought it would be a nice place to, you know, tan and just relax. I personally would not spend any time on that roof, but that's because I do not tan at all. I am far too pasty for that. So I would not spend any time on that roof. When I go on vacation, I don't tan. When I go out, like I swim, I put tons of sunscreen on. I go for walks, I put tons of sunscreen on, and I swim in the Gulf, the pool. But basically, I do not tan. I am the most tanned I am this summer than I've ever been in my entire life, and I am still pasty compared to most of the people I know. So tanning does not work for me. Yeah, this house has a nice little pool area because, yeah, you gotta have a pool. You have all these palm trees. You gotta have a pool. I really like landscaping. It always takes forever, but I always think when you do nice landscaping, it really makes a lot look nice, look very nice. So I always try to do quite a bit of landscaping when I build. So I'm just finishing up the outside here, and I'm gonna go in and start working on the upstairs. So you've got the little bathroom there, and that bathroom is right next to the bonus room, which I think is nice. And it's not too far from the other bedrooms. Now this master bedroom I really liked. I thought it was just bright and airy and just beautiful. It's got those big windows that you can spy on people below you. It's such a good place to be. Now, I love island living. This is one of my favorite packs, and mostly for the build items and the buy items. I love the colors. I love the colors that came with this pack because everything in this pack reminds me of a condo or a house that I've stayed in when I've been on vacation. Everything is just so bright Teal is my favorite color. Coral is my mom's favorite color. We just really like color. Bright tropical colors in my family. So I really like Island Living. It's a solid pack. And for this build, I think I only used base game, Island Living, and maybe a couple items from Realm of Magic. I didn't have many packs when I did this build. This video's coming out quite a bit later than when I actually did the build. I was just getting too excited with all the other things that I wanted to build that I kind of forgot about this one. But I thought you deserved to see this bizarre tropical house. And I liked the master bathroom with this master bedroom. It was a big space, and it actually, you access the master bedroom through the master bathroom, and I kind of liked that. Definitely liked that. The only thing about this master bathroom is that it is right up smack against the bonus room, and that would be problematic in real life because you would want some peace and quiet. You wouldn't want to be right next to the big bonus room. So yeah, just finishing up the upstairs. Now if you do like this build, again, it is available on the gallery. My origin ID is RebeccATTACK 16, and again, this is essential. Turn, move objects on if you decide to download this house. And it is playtested, so you're good on that front. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I put videos out every single week. They go out Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And they're mostly speed builds, except for Sunday, where we are going through my Sims journey to stardom. She's working on the acting career with the Get Famous pack. So we're going through that on Sundays. But thank you so much for taking your time to watch this build, and I hope you liked it. Have a great day. Bye!